Hello and welcome to HBM's Crypto-Corner for Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. It's already March. Wow. We have a couple of things to talk about, so let's get started. The International Cryptozoology Conference is coming to Portland, Maine at the Clarion Hotel near the International Cryptozoology Museum. The International Cryptozoology Conference, May 19th through 20th, 2023. The speakers. Come join us at the International Cryptozoology Conference in Portland, Maine from Friday night, May 19th through all day Saturday, May 20th, 2023 at the Clarion Hotel near the International Cryptozoology Museum. To purchase your entry to the CZCon, click here. The speakers confirmed for the International Cryptozoology Conference, May 19th through 20th, 2023. Keynote J.W. Ocker. J.W. Ocker has been a routine visitor to the ICM since we opened. The conference's Friday night keynote speaker is a Maryland-born author with a love for all things spooky and unknown. Having written both fiction and nonfiction, J.W. Ocker is no stranger to the legends and haunts of North America. He has received awards for his work such as the Edgar Award and the Lowell Thomas Award, both gold and silver, for his works Mystery Writers of America and Society of American Travel Writers, respectively. His website, oddthingsi'veseen.com, is home to his podcast of the same name, as well as many chronicles through his visits to all places relating to the odd, strange, and weird across North America, as well as internationally. Last year, Ocker received the coveted Golden Yeti Award, being named 2022's Cryptozoologist of the Year for his decade-long work that resulted in the United States of Cryptids, a tour of American myths and monsters. Saturday, May 20th, 2023, the speakers, not in the order of their appearance. David Goodsward. David is a cryptozoologist and Lovecraftian scholar. Originally from Haverhill, Massachusetts, he lives, researches, and writes from Florida nowadays. David Goodsward has published 14 nonfiction and over 20 fictional novels and stories over the course of the past 20 years, as well as having appeared on such programs as Mysteries in the Museum and Mysteries at the Monument. His newest cryptozoology book is Sun, Sand, and Serpents. Chris Packard. Chris is a full-time high school science teacher in Bangor with a deep and rich family history in Maine dating all the way back before the Civil War. Born and raised in Ohio, Chris Packard made his way back to the Pine State in 2007 with his wife and 2 kids. His successful illustrated field guide, Mythical Creatures in Maine, highlights local creatures found in logger folklore, indigenous stories, and tales dating back to early European immigrants. Tim Halloran. Tim's 2022 book, The Bigfoot Influencer, is compelling and candid conversations with researchers, scientists, and investigators, was named 2022's #1 hominology book for the Animal Cryptozoo News Best Books of 2022. Hanger Publishing states that Tim Halloran's journey to write the book began when he wanted to learn more about the people that actively work and study the Bigfoot phenomenon as it is known today. Written for both enthusiasts and researchers alike, it focuses on first-hand experiences and information gathered from those working in the field today. Michel Soulier. Very near and dear to the International Cryptozoology Museum's heart is former neighbor and past board member Michel Soulier. Michelle's pivotal importance in our beginnings will be forever part of an everlasting contribution to our frequently growing history. In recent years, she has released her breakout cryptozoological book, Bigfoot in Maine, a compilation of first-hand accounts and sightings of Sasquatch throughout the Pine State. We could not be more thrilled for her to join us here today. Jean Tewksbury. Jean is the operations curator here at the International Cryptozoology Museum. Her personal work with the study of big cats in Maine is unprecedented. While doing most of her work behind the scenes, Jean has made major strides in her work relating to Maine-based mystery cats almost entirely outside of the public eye. Aside from her love and devotion to these mystery beasts, she has worked tirelessly to assist in making our museum the beloved spectacle it is today. She is an integral part of the ICM family, and we are overjoyed to have her here today presenting an excerpt from her forthcoming book, Ghost Cat of Maine, the Eastern Panther in the Pine Tree State. Michael Mays. Michael, a researcher and author, is the chairman of the North American Wood-Ape Conservancy. Born in East Texas, he grew up with stories of ghost lights, wild men, and black panthers. His book, Shadow Cats, The Black Panthers of North America, takes a deep and thorough look at the legends of black panthers that were said to inhabit the marshes, swamps, and woods across North America. His newest book, Valley of the Apes, reveals his group's groundbreaking methods. Nate Brislin. Nate is a useful, serious Maine resident with an undying love for both paleontology and cryptozoology. While only 24 years old, he has released 2 feature-length films and just completed the work on his first book. This will be his first half-decade working at the ICM. Today he will be sharing with us his 2021 project, Eyes in the Pines, a documentary-style film in which a group of researchers embarks on an expedition to a cabin in central Maine where abundance of Sasquatch activity has been reported. Lauren Coleman. Lauren is the founder and director of the International Cryptozoology Museum, having been involved in cryptozoology since 1960. He's written 40-plus books and been involved with producing 60-plus others. He is well known for his television and conference appearances. He grew up in Illinois, lives in Bangor today, and manages museums in both Portland and Bangor. So that's an upcoming event, which will be coming in May 19th through 20th, in Portland, Maine. So if you can't get out to some of the other conferences, maybe you can get to this one. Looks pretty exciting, doesn't it? I think it does. Now here's something interesting. Watch. Bizarre humanoid creature spotted on rooftop in Nigerian village. Okay, that's weird. I don't know what that is. Probably just a person pranking, perhaps. A very strange video out of Nigeria shows what appears to be some kind of humanoid creature sitting on a rooftop as astonished onlookers gather around to gawk at the bizarre being. The weird footage appeared online earlier this week, and although it was picked up by several Nigerian media outlets, details surrounding the strange scene are scant at best, with no indication of where or when it was filmed, nor the circumstances surrounding the odd incident. Be that as it may, the footage is rather compelling by virtue of the truly bizarre entity, which seems to have the body of a human but the head of an animal, possibly a horse. In the video, which can be seen above, the figure sits atop the roof of a home that is surrounded by a crowd of people who are captivated by the chimera-like being. The somewhat unnerving attraction then slides down the roof and disappears behind a fence in front of the building. While some have suggested that the figure is a mythical creature of some sort, more skeptical observers note the laughter that can be heard coming from some of the witnesses and argue that the entity is merely a prankster wearing a mask. What do you think is unfolding in the peculiar video? Share your thoughts with us at the C2C Facebook page. It's probably just a prank. That's what I would. That would be what I would think. It's probably just somebody messing around. I mean, it's interesting. We don't have a lot of information about the video, where it came from exactly, other than Nigeria. And we don't know exactly what city it came from, but there are the circumstances surrounding it. So we don't know. So it's just one of those mysteries. But it's probably most likely a prank. That's what I would think anyway. Final thing to talk about. The Ohio Bigfoot Conference has announced their fifth and final speaker. It's none other than the godfather of Ohio Bigfoot, Don Keating. The Ohio Bigfoot Organization would like to welcome as our fifth and final confirmed speaker for the world-famous Ohio Bigfoot Conference May 6, 2023 at Salt Fork Lodge and Conference Center, the legend himself, the man who invented the Buckeye Bigfoot, the founder of the Ohio Bigfoot Conference scene, the one and only Don Keating of Newcomerstown, Ohio. Don joins the following speakers to complete our lineup. Cliff Barrickman of the North American Bigfoot Center and Finding Bigfoot. Renee Holland, the skeptical scientist of Finding Bigfoot. David Becara of Expedition Bigfoot, the Sasquatch Museum in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Adam Davis, the world-famous cryptid explorer. As we celebrate the 35th straight year of an Ohio Bigfoot Conference, who other than the founder himself to tell us all the ups and downs of the wonderful world of the Buckeye Bigfoot? How about a warm welcome to Don as we all celebrate our 35th straight Bigfoot Conferences in Ohio. Good to have you back, Don. The Ohio Bigfoot Conference at Salt Fork is held at the beautiful Salt Fork Lodge and Conference Center just outside of Cambridge, Ohio, located in Guernsey County. Although the tickets to see the speakers are sold out, the rest of the event on Saturday, May 6, 2023 is free and open to the public from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. There will be 3 levels of vendors, speaker booths, massive displays, and a multitude of food trucks set up. Bring one, bring all to this fancy, friendly event. I think it should say family-friendly event. Once again, a huge thank you, Don, and welcome back to the OBC. His bio is as follows. Don Keating biography. Don Keating of Newcomerstown, Ohio, started his search for the elusive Bigfoot/Sasquatch in July of 1984 when he read John Green's book, Sasquatch the Apes Among Us. Ironically, in late August of that same year, a local newspaper, the Newcomerstown News, ran a story on the front page about strange, out-of-place animals being seen in the local area. These included a large cat, such as a mountain lion, not a pet cat. A large, exotic-looking bird, such as a parrot, and last but certainly not least, a large animal walking on 2 legs, covered in dark or brown hair, resembling Bigfoot. Considering the fact Keating had Bigfoot fresh in his mind, and he knew the staff of the local newspaper, he took a chance to find out who the witnesses were of the alleged sighting and interview them. One thing led to another. In October 1984, Tom Archer of Reynoldsburg, Ohio, contacted Keating as a result of Keating sending the August newspaper article to John Green, who in turn sent it to Archer in Reynoldsburg. Archer and Keating began digging into areas where Bigfoot had apparently been seen in parts of Ohio. They attended the October 1984 meeting of the Tri-County UFO Study Group in Alliance, Ohio. Keating held his first regular meeting in July of 1985 and held his first annual Bigfoot Conference in March of 1989. Speakers at the event were Art Caruso of Youngstown, Ohio, John Rigoli, eyewitness from St. Clairsville, Ohio, and Betty Parks of Eaton, Ohio. As a result of the decent turnout at that first conference, he decided to hold another in 1990. In fact, he held them every year from there on through 2012, when he turned over the event to Mark DeWorth of Cleveland, Ohio. This year, 2023, is the 35th consecutive year that the conference Don Keating started has taken place. The number of speakers, attendees, and eyewitnesses is unknown, but just the number of people who have attended reaches far into the thousands. Keating has written 5 booklets on the subject and his research. They are The Sasquatch Triangle, The Eastern Ohio Sasquatch, The Buckeye Bigfoot, Bigfoot at Salt Fork, and Big Dreams in Bigfoot. He has been seen on countless TV programs, most notably including The Today Show with Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Got me. Monster Quest, The Ohio Grassman, Lee Hart's Mysterious World out of New Zealand, the Comedy Channel's The Daily Show, interviewed by A. Whitney Brown, WUAB Cleveland, WBNS TV Columbus, WHIZ TV Zanesville, WSYX TV Columbus, WJW TV Cleveland, WDTN TV Dayton, WEWS TV Cleveland. He has also been the guest on countless radio programs across the world. Don Keating currently works locally and resides in his hometown of Newcomerstown, Ohio, in Tuscarawas County. So that's some pretty exciting news. Kind of the godfather of Ohio Bigfoot. The godfather of Bigfoot conferences as well. Even though his was not the first, it's the longest running. It's still the longest running, which is amazing in and of itself. And Mark DeWorth very ably took it over. So this is pretty exciting and pretty cool news. And that's going to do it for this week. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. I'll continue to do this as long as you guys want me to. And hey, until next week, y'all be good or be good at it. This is May-HBM, Cryptid-Corner.